Tonight, new data reveals challenges when it comes to healthcare access, specifically for residents north of the river.
So new at 6, Fox 4's Lexi French tells us some of the top issues they're having and how local organizations are working to address those.
The Northland Health Alliance is looking to improve access to health care, mental health services, and fresh and healthy foods. Those areas were all highlighted as the top 3 biggest challenges for both Clay and Platte counties.
Folks that need health care that find it hard, whether it's getting transported there, whether it's figuring out who they need to see, wait times, especially in the mental behavioral health. You know, they want to see a provider and they can't get in for a year.
The U.S. Health Resources and Services Administration identified Clay and Platte counties as mental health provider shortage areas, meaning it's harder for people to get timely support.
Mental behavioral health has been a task force that's been around for a while, but it's still resurged as a top priority this year. They do things like Narcan distribution, suicide prevention training, and then we'll see what comes up in the next 3 years.
Data from the Community Health Assessment shows that the Northland has a good primary care provider ratio, but many people may have a harder time getting OBGYN care due to a lack of providers. That's where the Access to Care Task Force comes in.
So a lot of our hospital partners are really engaged on that task force. How do we collectively, as all the hospitals, work together to figure out how to make care accessible for everybody, whether their income level, their means of transportation, whatever that looks like. We want to make sure that everyone in the Northland has access.
2 in 5 people living in the Northland don't have easy access to stores selling fresh, healthy foods. The NHA wants to make people aware of the food programs and drives available to them.
Getting the information. How do you know where to go, when to go, what's available? You know, there's a food drive taking place here today. How do we make sure people have access to that information? So working on everything from the beginning to the end of that loop.
Those task forces will meet and work on ways to improve those top 3 highlighted challenge areas from 2026 to 2028. In Liberty, Lexi French, Fox 4, working for you.